Jai Siya Ram, Radhe Radhe. Welcome to this English edition of Bharat Vichar. And I'm your host and host. My name is Sumit Peer. And friends, we take the norm of Lord Sri Ganesh and start and do the Sri Ganesh of today's episode. The topic we have is Trump gets aggressive. Trump is getting aggressive. Pakistan talks collapse. That's what the news we are getting. China is double game. And there is 600 million barrels of oil which have taken a hit. 600 million barrels of oil, and do a mathematics, multiply it by 87, what is the prevailing price of by 100. You can see how much is the impact and how long is the regime going to sustain this impact. What is the impact of the global trade and how Middle East is going to cope up with all these changes. These are some of the aspects which we are going to discuss now, and what are the developments, what we have been tracking. A lot of happening. And I apologize for the delayed start, but in a couple of days, we're going to get the timings and all right. Still adjusting a couple of schedules, but as you know, it's always a bit of a tough task to get things rolling. So overall, the economic blockade, the operation Epic Fury, the economic fury is really having devastating effects. Trump is getting aggressive, has started taking on the tankers which were bound to Iran. But why was that tanker taken? What is so special about tanker? We're going to discuss a lot about it. So what I'd request you, kindly please like our video if you have not done so far. Thank you very much. Kindly like the video. Thank you. And kindly subscribe to all our channels. Every channel has a different program. You can see the curriculum here. Thank you very much. And you know the ethos of Bharat, which are stood over TRP, vision over will, substance over sensationalism. Dharma rakshanti rakshante. That is what we believe. No compromise on Desh and Dharma. That is the ethos of Bharat Vichar, and that continues to be the same. Thank you very much. And if you at all want to support our initiatives for the options of Paytm, PayPal, and Q are available with you. Thank you. Let's start with, you see, Trump is getting aggressive. Trump means business because Trump is getting rattled because the way Iran has been treating him is not fair. He told Iran, I have a deal. He told my guys are going down there to Pakistan and they were supposed to be there. And now we know that, in best of my knowledge, nobody has gone to Pakistan. Nobody is going to Pakistan because I don't think there's any deal which has helped out. Iranis have come and said, look, we are not interested in any deal with America. We don't want to talk to America. And America has violated all the norms because when you do a blockade of Strait of Hormuz, all the norms get violated. That is what the Iranis have to say. And it's a war crime. In fact, they were cursing Pakistan why you couldn't fix it. The Pakistanis have been trying a lot. They've been trying to juggle a lot of things and trying to make sure something might work out, some breakthrough might happen. But to all their misery, nothing is really happening. Pakistanis are still in jeopardy because none of their things are working. Shahbaz talked to Mr. Masood Pezeshkian. He talked to a couple of other guys. He's talking to Saudis. He's talking to Oman. He's talking to a couple of Muslim countries, but no breakthrough yet. So what happened is there was a tanker which was bound to, coming to Iran from China, important to China, and that tanker has been not a tanker. It was a cargo ship, rather, I should say. There was, apologies. There was a cargo ship which was coming from China to Iran, and it tried to break the blockade. Americans warned it a couple of times. Ship would not listen to them. So Americans fired at the ship. The engine room was damaged. There's a big hole which is blown in the engine room. So ship is incapacitated, and Americans have taken control of the ship. But I want to show you the post of the Trump, which is there. Team, can you show the Trump's post, which is there? On the same aspect. Let's go through the post so we'll have an idea what I'm talking about. I think the post must be landing up in a second. Okay. So we'll show you the post. Here we have the post. Look. I'll read it out for you. That's very important. Today, an Iranian flagged cargo ship near Tosca, near 900 feet long, wing almost 7 of aircraft carrier, tried to pass our naval blockade, and it will not go well with them. U.S. naval guided missile destroyer intercepted Tosca and in the Gulf of Oman and gave it a fair warning. The crew refused to listen, so the Navy stopped them right in their tracks, blew a hole in their engine room. Right now, the U.S. Marines have custody of the vessel. The Tosca is under the Tosca and under U.S. Secretary sanctions of the prior history of illegal activity. So we have full custody of the ship and seeing what is on the board. Donald John Trump. Thank you. So it is believed. Thank you. We can have the post off. So it is believed there is something which is on the board which it should not be. There is a talk. There's a grapevine talk. In all probability, Chinese weapons were sent through that ship. So Chinese weapons were sent that through that ship, and because of the Chinese weapons, the ship got intercepted, and because of the Chinese weapons, the ship was stopped. That is why the Americans went aggressive. They blowed a hole into it. That is the whole reason why they blowed a hole into it, because the main reason was the Chinese weapons. So now China promising America, I'll not send weapons. Things are again going crazy. Pakistan talks have collapsed. Masood Pezeshkian tried his best. He tried to speak to a lot of leaders. Nothing is happening. And let me remind you that JD Vance was supposed to travel to Pakistan. It got called up because there was an intel that there's an imminent threat to JD Vance, his security, Pakistan's. Even there's a lot of talk. There are a lot of media reports which suggest that Mullah Munir, the chief of the staff of army, is now a red flag within the US intelligence. They are doubting him, that thinking that this man can be dangerous to the America. So things are kind of accelerating. So Munir is a danger. JD Vance can't go there. So can Gerald Kushner and Witkoff go there? Possibly no. They can't go there, right? And what are the options with the Trump? The Trump doesn't seem to have a lot of options. And Iranis have already said we are not interested in your talks. Iran says the talks have kind of collapsed. Gilabaf, the speaker, says, I'm ready to die as a martyr. I don't care. Even you want to come and kill me, do that. China has been really messing around with America because Chinese tankers have been returned. There's all probability that there is something in the ship. That is why this was attacked. Military was used. The ship was taken control of. And, something is not right what we see about the ship. Now, there's another talk is that, things are escalating. There is a talk of Iranis also did some kind of a ceremonial attack on Americans, but we don't know how far that is true or not true. That is something we will find in due course of time. But there are talks of a ceremonial attack. Yeah, IRGC did not retaliate as you would have expected it to be, but there was some kind of a ceremonial attack on Americans. America is very careful about how they are going to take the next steps. Trump still believes the talks can happen, but my gut feel is now the talks look to be tough because we're already on 20th of April and 22nd where the deadline ends, and Israelis are itching to start the game again. Hezbollah has not been behaving properly. The red lines are not being respected in Israel. So there are problems which are going to crop up from there, and you will have more of the Hezbollah men dying. While as Hamas is talking of the double talks, they're saying, okay, we can give some of our weapons, but is there a real talk of a ceasefire, or is there a real talk of a surrender of Hamas, disarmament of Hamas? Hamas refuses to disarm, and Hamas is saying, we are willing to fight. Pakistan is not interested. China is playing the double games. Russians are silent. Turkey is trying to escalate, trying to make Pakistan into enemy. Firhan Haqqan is playing the game. Saudis are silent, and Americans have their war strategies in place. They are replenishing their stocks, and the kind of replenishment which is there, it can hold for good for 3 months. So for 3 months, they will not need any major replenishments as what we see, the amount of kind of replenishments which have sent in. So if you ask me, the war rhetoric is increasing, the need for war, the preparation for war, the prerequisites of war are getting high because Trump has ordered to hit the ship. You could have still stopped the ship. You could have not, there was no need to blow a hole in the engine room. I don't know how many people got killed or some people got killed or not. I've been telling you that US, Tripoli and others have been practicing near the things, trying to do their things. Have been practicing in the Arabian, in the Red Sea and all. The Red Sea blockade is no, Houthis are not able to do anything, not a single shot fired. And, regime cannot survive like this. And the regime is in shambles. And let me tell you another thing. Now, there is this estimate that out of the blockade, what is happening, and out of this drama which is happening around Strait of Hormuz, 600 million barrels of oil have got hit. Middle East's composite loss is 600 million barrels of oil. Now do the mathematics. 600 million barrels into, let's say, 100, 80. You can count how many billion dollars have been already lost to the Middle Eastern economy. And the problem is that the customers are not going to wait for you. They're going to move to the other side. China still playing the double games. Taiwan side is silent. But we have, and Europe again, misplaced priorities. They have no idea what is happening. They have completely lost it. And Europe is still thinking that they can get 14 countries together and they can open Strait of Hormuz, when that is not going to happen. IRGC is not willing to budget, but I expected IRGC to have a mounting attack on the Americans. Well, that did not happen. There was practically no attack except some Some American naval base were targeted with some drones or maybe a couple of missiles. That's all would happen. So if I look at that, so can I kind of say the ceasefire is broken? Can we conclude the ceasefire is broken? Technically, yes, the ceasefire is broken because you have fired at them, they have fired a missile. Even if they fire a missile or a drone at you, technically you can see the ceasefire is broken. So things are escalating. Pakistan is in jeopardy. Pakistan's army chief is a doubtable character. You use Mullah Muni to get the dirty work. Now they want to hit back at you. Europeans are walking other track. Russia is talking different tangents. Zelensky is nowhere in picture. And you know what? China is really trying to save Iran in all the way. Turkey is trying to start a fight with the Israel. Israel is very holding to the fragile ceasefire in Hamas and Hezbollah, which are going to erupt. Houthis are out of action, and the more and more reports are coming up that the trouble will be brewing in the America and other parts, lone wolf attacks and all. There's a talk of some around 100 cars coming and making a circle, making a kind of a bonfire in around I think somewhere in New York, Queens, and with the Palestinian flags and all. Kash Patel already was bothered about those 12 scientists which have gone missing, which have been abducted, or whatever happened to them when they are top-notch American scientists. He didn't have a lot of answers around it. Keir Starmer is hit by the Iranian terror. Now he is trying to run away, and Iran is telling them you lost your head when he goes and complains to them. Hezbollah is doing the double talk. Hezbollah is getting prepared for the war. Mullah Naim Qasim says we'll fight to the end. Hamas doesn't want the disarmament, and they're ready. We are ready to face the war. Israel is all set and ready. They are all locked and loaded. China's double games are there. If I look at the world around us, it is getting crazy. Deal is not going to happen. American military action is started. This is the biggest vessel of Iran, which is coming from China to Iran with a lot of supplies. And if you can imagine, now let's talk about the 600 million barrels of oil. 600 million barrels of oil is a lot of money. I mean, that is the quantum of loss of the oil revenue which the Middle East is facing. And if you multiply it by in 50 days, and if you keep on increasing it, the war continues for another 3 months, you can imagine the quantum of damage these guys are going to have. And how the hell are you going to recover from that loss? There is no way you're going to recover from that loss. So, and this business will ultimately move to somebody else. This business would have moved to America, Russia, or to Canada. The Canada, there's not a lot of good news. Mr. Mark Carney is saying that the world is in gloom. Canada is adversely hit by the American tariffs. Our automobile, our lumber, and our steel industry is adamantly hit. We used to depend on America for a lot of business, but the things have changed. Americans have changed their point of view about us. So Mark Carney is worried about there. And Israelis have a Isaac Accord. They have done an accord with Argentina. And as you know, Benjamin Netanyahu has cancelled all his appointments for today and tomorrow. So something big is expected to happen today. So now important to see, will the IRGC retaliate? What will be the Iranian point of view? Will they buckle? Will they go to Pakistan? I think America's tried to use Munir. Munir did the work, but again, Munir could not pull it to the end. They tried to use Shahbaz Sharif. Again, Shahbaz did something, but he could not really pull it to the end. So Shahbaz is fizzling out. Munir is fizzling out. And there's no other country which is negotiating. Carolyn Levitt is completely silent. Trump not addressing the media, things are not good. Trump not addressing the media, things are not good. If Trump is in control of the situation, he will go and address the media. Carolyn Levitt completely silent, no talk from Americans. Marco Rubio, JD, and Pete Hegseth, no lot of buzz, radio silence. All the indications are which is not silent. London is silent. Completely, Keir Starmer usually is the one who comes up with Israel, as I told you, is preparing for the war. Uneasy calm in Lebanon. That is where I can tell you Lebanon is not looking good. And the people across the region are worried because the economies are shrinking. The blockade is continuing, and the worst case, even after some international help, even after some money coming in from here and there, some crypto money coming in and all that, the maximum regime can last with the blockade is 3 weeks to 4 weeks. Maximum, I'm telling you. My idea is 15 days, but I'm giving you, there's some money which is stacked here and there, some cryptos are here and there, they start coming in and all. But the regime's tenure to last is not more than 3 to 4 weeks. After that, the regime collapses. regime gets more violent, they are not ready to talk uranium. They are not willing to take Trump's deal. Trump told them, I have a deal. You guys better go and take it. They said, look, we're not interested. We don't want to meet you. We don't want to talk to you. I mean, that's what the regime is saying. And a lot of people want to become martyrs. So, well, that wish will be fulfilled. That is not a problem. But things are escalating. And now the people in Gulf, the countries are saying, we have taken this much of it into business. We don't want this perpetual problem to be there. We want this problem to be settled. Mr. America, go do something and settle it. Well, as if I look at the Brits are clearly of the opinion that the Strait of Hormuz is in a critical state. Things can go out of control, and we have to kind of classify this problem as a international catastrophe. Iran is very clear: this water is mine. I control the water. This water doesn't belong to anybody. This is my sovereign territory, and I'm not going to give you this water. So, and anybody who has to pass through this has to pay money. Well, the UAE has come and said, look, there is no way we can be paying money for passing through international waters. There is no protection fees, but protection fees in Urdu is called zajia, and UAE uses the word protection fees. They are not using the word zajia because this might hurt the sentiments of some people, but they're very clear in saying we cannot be paying the protection fees for passing through Strait of Hormuz. That is what they are saying. So, things going down, China comes into the picture, Russians are moving out, Zelensky is getting underground, Europe has lost its heads as usual, Argentina has having a pact with Israel, Israel is trigger heavy, Americans are loaded for next 3 months, they're preparing for a big war, Trump will give a go ahead, the Iranian buzzes, we are preparing for war more than peace, we are likely to get war more than peace, that is what Iran is preparing for, they have no hopes that the peace will come, as I told you, Mr. Gilabaf and all, they're ready to become martyrs. So they've even given up on themselves that we're going to die anyway, which is going to happen eventually. So, very dry. India is pissed off with the attack on its ships. We're not retaliating the way Pakistan's magic is fainting because Pakistan was never supposed to do the magic. Pakistan was supposed to push Iran to agree to American terms, which Iran could see through it. And Mullah Munir, compliments to me, could break the IRGC into a couple of camps. So Iran is a divided house. And after being hit so hard, they are not even able to attack America. The American military presence in the region is increasing. Cargo planes were landing in Cyprus. They were landing in Paphos. They were bringing more supplies. The ships, the aircraft carriers are fully replenished with food and ammos and all. And US has started hitting. So after the Iranian, that frigate was drowned after in Sri Lankan waters or in international waters. After that, one big cargo vessel has a hole in the hull. And that is what is the reality. So Trump is really walking the talk. And if I've been telling you, you don't mess with Trump. If you think he's like those Barakat Hussain Obama and he's a Mamdani there, no. He's neither a Mamdani there, he's not a Barakat Hussain Obama there. He will walk the talk. You mess with him, he's going to hit you. And the blockade is the best thing. I've been of the opinion blockade is the best thing to cripple the regime. The regime will be baffled, regime will be scattered. They would have nothing to do. And that is how you bring them to the knees. And I completely support the idea of blockade. Blockade is fully legal. There's nothing illegal about it. But what these mullahs have been doing, that will be considered as illegal. That will be considered as violation of the international norms. And you have been doing that for the last 47 years. Debt to America, debt to Israel is not acceptable. Debt to any country or civilization is not acceptable. That is the rule. Israel has the right to live. America has the right to live. Everybody has the right to live. And let me remind you, you people are not Iran. You people are not Iran. Iran is beyond you. Iran was before you. Iran will be after you. Persian civilization was before you, and Persian civilization will be long after you're gone and buried. So that is where the situation is. Escalations, military conflict partially starting. Israel is itching their hands. Hezbollah is not going to give in. Lebanon truce, I don't know when it happen. They're supposed to be talking on it. There's a date which is supposed to come up. So how will it happen? I don't know. Things really heating up, friends. Things really heating up. And on Bharat Vichar, we'll keep you updated and as to what is happening. And we'll keep on talking more and more to you. But if you want to ask me, except India, there's nobody else who is doing well. Except India, there's nobody else who is not distracted by this. Yes, our economy is a bit impacted by this. I will have to admit this. But still, we are doing our things. We are going to do our things. The dangerous phase of war. Hear me out. The dangerous phase of war is going to start now. You have to be prepared for a dangerous phase of war, which is going to start now. Pakistan's utility is really diminishing. If Pakistan cannot pull this meeting, the utility of Pakistan is zero, and Pakistan will be left out even in the Ummat, or the whatever called the Islamic Biradri or the Islamic Brotherhood. And yeah, Muslim NATO is shaping up, because that is what Fidana Khan was saying. There are a lot of Muslim countries who cannot defend themselves, so we must have a mechanism of saving them. That is what Pakistan has been saying. Saudi is silent, but we are active behind this. Qatar has gone silent, radio silence. Jordan, as usual, guarded. Bahrain, Kuwait, as usual, guarded. Turkey trying to become the by default Khalif. Things getting out of control, and Americans really hitting them hard. Pete Hegseth is already, he's not a man you mess with. So let's hope. And Israel cuts, you don't mess with the man. Benjamin Netanyahu, don't mess with him. He has given him a hallucination he can have a deal, but ultimately Trump will realize one day you can't do the deals with these people, and so then he will also come to in term with realities. So this is all what I had to share with you, what is pretty much happening in the world. Look, guys, I'm going to get the format of the show right in a couple of days. The idea is to give you global insights in English, whatever happened, whatever is happening, what are the important things, more detailed shows about what exactly is happening on the ground. Those bits and bytes will keep on happening in Hindi, but this is a more of a global insight. And we're going to get it right. We're going to get the format right, and we need your help to help push this show, because you only wanted an English show and I'm doing an English show. So more about timing and all will fall in place in some days. What I request you right now is to kindly like this video, please. That will really help, and that will really be appreciated. Please like it, right? Thank you. And these are the timings of the shows. Okay, some timings getting here and there, but moreover, we are sticking on to the time. Couple of days more will be pretty much on the time. Thank you. And you know the ethos of Bharat which have, that is truth over TRP, vision over views, substance over sensationalism, dharma rakshanti rakshante, and no compromise on Desh and Dharma. That is the ethos of Bharat which have. And I think if you want to support it, Paytm, PayPal, and QR are with you. So if you take the membership of the channel, your questions, you get a priority, which is very important. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to play 2 videos. So with collections, with advisory, and take 5-7 questions, and we call it a day. The program is going to get better. Need your help, need your support. I'm putting my head around it. My team is working on it. We are going to be there. Thank you. Team.
नमस्कार मित्रों, मैं आपके सामने लाया हूं सुमित पीर एडवाइजरी, जो एक यूनिक इनिशिएटिव है जिसमें आपकी लाइफ, बिजनेस, पर्सनल, प्रोफेशनल कोई भी समस्या हो जिसका हम मिलके समाधान ढूंढेंगे। आप जूम के माध्यम से जुड़ेंगे, आप दुनिया में कहीं पे भी हो, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता। ये 100% प्राइवेट कॉन्फिडेंशियल है, इंडिविजुअल्स के लिए है, कॉर्पोरेट्स के लिए है, और प्रैक्टिकल अप्रोच टू वेरी कॉम्प्लेक्स प्रॉब्लम्स। इफ एनी काइंड ऑफ टाइप, इमिग्रेशन हो, फाइनेंसेस हो, कैरियर हो, लाइफ हो, बिजनेस हो, कुछ भी हो, तो आपसे निवेदन है कि आप इस इनिशिएटिव का लाभ उठाइए और हमसे जुड़िए sumitpir.com के माध्यम से। ईमेल आईडी है sumitpirofficial@gmail.com, और sumitpir.com पे जाएंगे तो आपको ईमेल आईडी, आपको व्हाट्सएप नंबर सब मिलेगा। आप हमसे जुड़िए और मेरी टीम आपसे संपर्क में रहेगी, और इसको हमारा पूरा प्रयास रहेगा कि इसको हम एक सार्थक और एक बहुत फ्रूटफुल एंड की तरफ बहुत जल्दी ले जाए। नमस्कार, प्रणाम, साधुवाद।
US Marines have taken control of the ship. Ship is with US Marines. Next video, please, then we go to questions.
Shivoham, 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 Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham, Shivoham. Shivoham, 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 Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham, Shivoham.
Thank you. Let's start a few questions. I am ready to take a few, not a lot. Chaliye ji, let's start. Nice to get an English channel, to good initiative. Thank you, Dr. Saab. Really appreciate it. And all your good wishes. And that has been a demand from all of us, from Israel, Russia, and also we're doing it. Funny how many got red flag toilet paper. Absolutely right, sir. That is what they deserve, and that is exactly what they are. Toilet paper should be called as toilet paper. I've been always telling you Munir will be used. Munir is being used. He's being groomed to be used against Iran, and Americans have used him to the best, Last bit of the, or last inch of the toilet paper was used. And you know what. Thank you. Next. US is using Pakistan in any way possible. You know, if you want to keep a Rottweiler, you have to feed him with bones and meat. You have to give him rice and chapati or whatever, because a Rottweiler must be healthy, right? When you want him to bite the neighbors. Dharmo rakshante rakshante. Thank you. So you have was best matching with the bag so far. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. So by fluke. Gloves and zero gloves in Pakistan. Let's see, because Iranis have not confirmed of any meeting. Pakistanis might be, Americans might be getting ready to get their things in, and they can get their things out any day. But nothing happening this. I want to talk in details at 12:45, where I have all the details and many watching papers. A lot of intriguing things happen. Looks tough because Iran is saying we are not interested in talks. That's what the position of Iran is. So whom are you going to talk, buddy? I don't want to talk to you. How can you come to my home and talk? So Pakistan is trying its best to do it. What about the IRGC media channel? They're quite often after the jihadi pirate shot at our ships. There were a lot. Yeah, you should call them IRGC jihadi channels. And you should know the people who are supporting them is IRGC jihadis, paid agents of Iran. That's what a lot of them are trying to do an image makeover today. A lot of others are helping them to do an image makeover today. I don't want to take the name, but you are smart enough to make it. Who are these people who are trying to do an image makeover today? Even using paid PR, using multiple platforms to change their image. But people have elephant's memory. You know who supported them. And that is what these jihadis were supposed to do. I had predicted it long back. They will even attack Indian ships. Don't be under this impression you send them food, water, and supply. You can win their hearts and minds. You cannot win jihad. It's as simple as that. Next. Passport will be scratched for sure by India and also with the 90 April is a dangerous. Well, we are in the danger phase, brother. Let's see how it happens. Anyway, the things don't look good. I have a lot to share, but we'll be talking in our future. So this show is more about giving a holistic perspective. Though I try to put in something which is recently cropped in, but more about the holistic perspective, because for our English-speaking viewers, they need to know what is happening really across the world and how do the things look up. So I'm going to get the format right. I'm going to get it correct. I'm going to make it more interesting. My team is working on it, so should be soon. Thank you. On that note, brothers and sisters, thank you very much for your help, patronage, and always turning up. And I try my best to meet your expectations. On that note, Bharat Mata ki jai, Vande Mataram, Om Namah Parvati Pataya, Har 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 Mahadev.